So now let us discuss narrow tools versus general tools. If we talk about narrow tools, so as the name suggests, narrow tools, they are focused on some specific task. For example, cancel order. So as the name suggests, this tool is dedicated only to cancel the order. It will just take the order ID, and for that order ID, it will cancel the order. So cancel order, it's a very narrow tool because it will perform only a specific task. Now, what are the pros of it? Clear purpose. So narrow tools have clear purpose. They are easy to validate, high reliability, and easier monitoring. Because we know that narrow tools, they are designed for specific purpose. So clear purpose. That's why high reliability, easier monitoring, easy to validate. And if we talk about cons, the drawback is that when we are using narrow tools, we have to use more tools because for every particular task, we have to have a tool. So the number of tools will increase. In the tool registry, the number of tools will increase. So slightly larger tool registry we will have because of the narrow tools. If we talk about general tools, example of general tools. So see, general tools are the tools which are generic in nature, which can perform multiple tasks. So instead of cancel order, we are creating a tool called modify order. Now this modify order, it can cancel the order, it can issue refund, or it can perform multiple actions based on the action type. So I have designed a tool which can perform multiple actions based on the action type. So based on the type of the action, I will specify this tool will perform multiple actions. So it's a general tool. So modify order is an example of a general tool which will take an order ID, some parameters along with the action type. Action type will decide the type of action which needs to be performed. So modify order can be delete order, place order, issue refund. So that is what modify order is. If we look at the pros of it, fewer tools and more flexible. So see, general tools, since multiple actions can be performed by one tool, we will be needing less number of tools and it will be more flexible. It will be more flexible. But if we talk about the cons of it, the disadvantages, higher ambiguity, higher ambiguity, increased misuse risk, higher ambiguity, increased misuse risk, harder validation, and more complex error handling. See, general tools, since they can perform multiple actions, ambiguity will increase. So higher ambiguity will be there. And since one tool can perform multiple actions, misuse risk is also there. That tool can be misused. Harder validation. The validation will be tough and more complex error handling. So we saw narrow tool and general tool. If we look into some best practice which you should follow, like when you're designing the tool, there will always be a confusion whether you should go for a narrow tool or for a general tool. So this best practice you should follow. So always prefer narrow tool in early systems. Like in early systems, you prefer narrow, well-defined tools. In early systems, you prefer narrow, well-defined tools. And later, once your system evolves, it becomes mature. So complexity increases exponentially with overly general tools. So the drawback of overly general tools is that only complexity increases exponentially. So that's why you should avoid general tools in the beginning. Complexity increases exponentially with overly general tools, and that's why we should prefer narrow tools in the early stages. And later you can combine multiple, like some tools into a single tool, because complexity, it increases exponentially with overly general tools.